Hello everyone and welcome to PTV's coverage of Seton Hall women's basketball here at Walsh Gymnasium. The Seton Hall women's team ended up winning 73-39 against St. Peter's today. My name is Louie Pasculli. I'm joined alongside Judaea, Ingram, New Judaea. What did you see from the first and then second half of that game?
First half, you saw Seton Hall starting off a little sluggish, their offense not being able to move that much, but same for St. Peter's as well. Both teams not being able to shoot that well, but in the end, in the first half, Seton Hall was able to get a whole bunch of points in the paint, and that also translated in the second half. But Seton Hall still was a little sluggish in the second half, and you saw St. Peter's coming out big with 11-0 run, and then Seton Hall was able to, at the end, push it forward, able to get a whole bunch of points in the paint, but still shot very poorly this game.
And now Coach Bozzella in the post-game press conference had something to say about St. Peter's play. This is what he said.
They were prepared. They moved the ball. They're just obviously not as talented yet or not as comfortable yet playing together. But they ran their stuff. They got good shots. They just missed.
And the way St. Peter's played, it looks like in the beginning of that second half, they really could come back and try to make a game of it. They cut the lead to about 11 points right there halfway through the third quarter. But Seton Hall then started shooting better and started not giving the ball away. And they began to then create a little bit of a bigger lead, which then led to Seton Hall pulling away for good. And then it was out of the question for St. Peter's for a comeback if it was brewing. Now, let's talk about his players specifically. What player stood out the most to you?
One player I would say is Sydney Cooks. Sydney Cooks was cooking, I had to say, this entire game. She had 16 points and 16 rebounds, which was a career high for her in rebounds. Really think she was really dominant. No one could stop her in the paint, even on defense, getting blocks and steals. So she was really dominant this entire game.
Sydney Cooks is her. She had a fantastic game today, like you said. Also, Hagans with 16 points coming off the bench and 2 rebounds to her name. She played fantastic. She neared her career total of 18. Couldn't quite get to it, but it was a big reason as to why Seton Hall won by such a large margin. Now, Coach Bozzella also had something to say about Hagans' play after this one, and this is what he said.
Shea does whatever she's asked to do. And, she came here, transferred from Penn State, and, I think was hoping to start and didn't. And played like someone who wanted to earn the starting spot. And I thought she did a great job.
Although Seton Hall won pretty handily, there are definitely some things Seton Hall can work on going into the next game against Rutgers. So what do you think Seton Hall will have to improve on in order to beat Rutgers?
Definitely lessen the turnovers. They had 20 turnovers this game, and St. Peter's didn't even press at all, so that was a bit concerning. And also making sure to shoot a lot better from the three-point line. They had a lot of good open shots, just not able to hit them, but I do expect them to do that game, especially with this rivalry. I expect them to go out, have a lot of energy, and a lot of aggression against Rutgers.
Well, I'm happy you talked about the rivalry at Rutgers because regardless of the state of the teams or how they're playing, it's always a high-intensity game, high-energy game, and I know it's going to be a close one that's going to be battled till the end. That will do it for Pirate Television's coverage of Seton Hall women's basketball postgame here at Walsh Gymnasium. For Judaea, Ingram, and our cameraman, Blaze Colvin, my name is Louie Pasculli. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.